Hey Siri, what do you call a group of pigs?
A group of pigs is called a passel, a team, or a sounder.
Okay, so for this week, since we weren't able to talk about the budget differences between last month and this month, instead we came up with a game. So each of us had to come up with three different side hustle ideas that we could realistically start in the next month. And we haven't seen them for each other yet, and we are going to have we each have 60 seconds where we're going to pitch them and then deliberate over whether or not we could actually do these things. All of these side hustles have to meet one of three criteria. So they have to be sustainable, which means they're able to be last over the long term. They have to be realistic, so that means that it can't be something wild, like we are going to move to the Sahara and guide tours. And option 3 is that it has to...
I'm not going to do that.
Number 3 is it has to be a low barrier to entry. So it needs to be something that doesn't require a massive upfront cost or a massive education requirement, like going to law school.
Like moving to the Sahara.
Yeah, like moving to the Sahara.
Let's get started.
Ready for the first one?
Yeah, you're first. Ready? Set. Go.
Craigslist shark. So what this is, here's my elevator pitch. So both Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace have a section of free stuff where people just list their free stuff. And so instead of having to buy the free things, you can just go and get them because people don't want them, and then you can turn around and flip it and make a profit. So I was thinking about this earlier this week, and I was scrolling Craigslist, and there's somebody in this area that is selling potbelly pigs on Craigslist for free. A whole herd of them. There's like 15 potbelly pigs for free on Craigslist right now.
Do you call a group of pigs a herd?
I think so. Maybe it's a flock. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Eating into your time.
So my pitch is that over the next month, just keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist, and all the things that look like they could actually have some value, reach out to the person and ask if I can have it, and then turn around and try to flip it.
Ah, okay. Boom.
Timer up.
Wow.
All right.
Bravo.
Number 1 for you.
All right.
Starting the timer for Ross's first pitch.
All right.
Go.
So we've talked about this one already, and as exhibited by Exhibit A behind us, we do some Lego stuff. And so one of the things we talked about was doing a Lego channel, like where we would basically, so this would a small startup cost and having to get other Lego sets as we go, but then we can break it up into a bunch of series of videos where we're building them, and throughout it just give random prompts where we each have to tell an embarrassing story or a funny story or a story we don't think the other person's heard of, or a story from a specific like 3rd grade or 4th grade, and just, I don't know, have fun conversations and build Legos. So we don't do it all the time, but we do it often enough that's probably like, we do probably one good Lego set every couple years. So.
Okay.
But I don't know, like not too much extra stuff, and hey, if it like basically the way it would be a side hustle is monetizing the videos, which would take some time, but not a terrible startup.
Oh, there's a timer.
Yeah, that was the pitch. Boom.
Okay. Timer number 2 for me.
Yep. Ready?
Yep.
Set. Go.
Affiliate marketing. So basically what this is, if you haven't heard of this before, is there's a ton of influencers on social media, and they make their money by
Ouch.
And so meanwhile we're making a YouTube channel. So they make their money by so for example, like fashion influencers will buy a bunch of clothes off of YouTube, and I mean not YouTube. They buy a bunch of clothes off of Amazon, and then they try them on in front of the camera, talk about like the texture, the feel, the colors, blah, 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 if it's super in fashion. And then they add an affiliate link, which is basically if people really like that. Let's say I wanted to advertise this shirt. Mm-hmm. If somebody really likes this shirt, I can link the link to the shirt underneath my video. And if somebody clicks that link to go buy it, I then get paid a commission for it. And so you can just do this at mass volume where all of your videos, you add commissionable links to whatever you're talking about, and you just collect a commission for every single thing.
Ooh,
Time's up.
Okay. Nice. If you want to see her start a fashion channel, leave a comment.
I'll link it if I make it. Alright, ready, set, go. Create a board game.
Create a board game. So, this would take time, right? Before it like fully pays off, but I like to take pride in being a pretty creative person, and then we might add a photo in this video of our board game shelf. We just have like not a shelf, a
That's
wall.
another thing we impulse buy a lot is board games.
We love board games, and so creating a board game, and I know like there's always like Kickstarter programs and stuff like that to actually fund production of these board games. But the way I was thinking about it is there's this website called Board Game Arena, which is a digital version. So if you can work with them and people pay a subscription to it to play like a multitude of board games online where you don't have to have all the pieces, but then you could do it without having to actually manufacture it. You just develop it, get it in the game, and then if you get hyped through it that way, then that'll kind of start creating a lot of the stuff, and then you can look to that Kickstarter or shoot, I don't know if you get paybacks, whatever that was.
All right, time's up. Number 3, go. Getting a real estate agent's license. I feel like this one is pretty cliche. There's a ton of people that have a real estate license, but hear me out. So we've been doing real estate for a couple of years. We don't sell houses, but we do have a couple of rental properties just from moving around in the military. We've bought a house everywhere we go. And because I had got into the real estate investing stuff, I had a lot of people come to me frequently asking for advice about real estate. And so eventually when they end up buying a house, I'll refer them to an agent. And so every single year, there's at least 2 or 3 different referrals that I give to people that usually end in some sort of sale. And if I had my real estate agent's license, then I would be able to collect a referral fee for doing that. And right now, I'm not. And so it's just throwing away money that I could have gotten over the last couple of years. And so a real estate agent's license, in order to get it, I think it meets the criteria because the course, like all the coursework, is less than $100, and it's not a super big barrier to entry in terms of education.
Oh,
I'm out.
time.
All right.
It's a good forcing function. It's a timer.
Yeah.
For both of us.
Okay, set, go.
I wrote tutor/coach.
Okay.
So, I have a lot of different hobbies, and so I feel like there's a multitude of areas where I could help people, so I really enjoy math and science, and so like reaching out or kind of making myself available, be it online, websites, whatever, that I'll tutor in like math or science classes for like middle schoolers or something like that, maybe even high schoolers. Maybe college. That seems a little more in depth than I want to do. I'd rather do something that I know I can definitely help with.
And I'll get revamped on calculus real quick.
No, I'm good. But like, I do also have a passion for teaching. But then other hobbies I could help coach in is like I play soccer. I play several different instruments. I do some singing, some stuff like that. And so I feel like I could get some money back from knowing how to do those things and helping others do it. So kind of some not volunteer because I'm getting paid for it. But
time's up. Perfect timing.
So if you're looking for a tutor or a private coach in math or soccer, let me know.
Let's talk about yours first. Which one do you think that you should actually do or would actually do over the next month to try to make some more money?
So initially, I'm thinking number 2 because it sounds fun, but after you talked about it more,
it's basically like building an entire business though, because you have to make the product, which is the game, and then you have to beta test it, which is you find a bunch of friends to play the game and get critiques and feedback and stuff, and then you need to find somebody to produce it, and then you need to market it and sell it. So it's very involved, but I think it could be fun.
I realize there's a lot more work that goes into that than I think it'd actually be.
Immediately turned off.
Well, before it actually becomes a fruitful side hustle. So it's like if we're talking about side hustles that would actually benefit us, not just like another side project, because there's already so many going on right now. I think actually like a private tutor or coach. What's your take?
I would vote this one. I think this is the most realistic. So these sound super fun, but in terms of like if we're actually trying to make money, I think this is the lowest barrier to entry and potential for the highest amount of income, and it's sustainable, so it meets all of the criteria. And I think that one actually could easily bring in some money without a huge time demand.
Yeah.
So, okay, so for me, I know what I think. What do you think?
I think the real estate agent's license is probably the most reliable bang for your buck. Because, like, yes, it is work up front, but, like, with how interested you are in real estate, I feel like it's something you're going to keep up with. So it's likely that one will have the most consistent opportunities. So that's my vote. Real estate agent's license. What about you?
Real estate agent, I think you're right in terms of it's probably worth doing just because there's so much lost potential income every year from those referrals that I do anyways. But my other vote in terms of like something I could start right now that has a chance to start generating income semi-quickly, I think the affiliate marketing one could work. Next month, we'll give you an update on how our side hustles are going.
Oh, are we committing to them?